Hello, my YouTube fans. Well, as promised, I am starting a new chess puzzles playlist. So, for the first two puzzles, I'm going to have one video for two puzzles. I don't know if that's going to continue like that, but I have to make videos at least 8 minutes long. So, it turns out that doing one puzzle out of this book is less than 8 minutes. So I'm going to try not to drag it on with my talking. So the first two puzzles are out of this book, the Fred Reinfeldt 1001 Winning Chess Sacrifices and Combinations. And we're going to start with puzzle number 295, which is on the board now. So this chapter was about discovered attacks. So it's white to move and win. It's not necessarily a checkmate immediately. It's just white to move and win. It turns out black resigns. So I'll give you a few seconds. You can pause the video if you like. And you tell me, or you try to figure out for yourself, what is white's best move? I'll wait another couple of seconds and I'll give you a hint. This one is actually pretty easy. I mean, for beginners maybe not, but for regular players, I think this is actually pretty easy. I saw it right away. Okay, so it is a knight move, and where should that knight go? Okay, so when you're trying to come up with a good move, you generally go through, a list of moves in your head. So you come up with candidate moves. Of course, one candidate move is put the knight there for check. It's not a terrible move, and white could still be winning, but the king has an escape, and the game will go on for a few more moves. But there's a better move. No matter where I move the knight, the discovered attack is the fact that there's a possible checkmate threat here. Okay? So instead, why not move the knight here? D5. White can't capture it with the pawn because next move is checkmate. Actually, capturing that knight with anything, the move is checkmate. Okay. So black can't capture the knight. No matter what they do, it's going to be checkmate. If black were to ignore the knight and say, just simply move here, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just take the queen. So that was the attack. In other words, if black plays his only good move, you still have the queen. So when you move the knight to here, it's a check, but it doesn't threaten the queen. When you move it here instead, now you're threatening the queen and you're threatening checkmate. Black has no choice but to lose his queen. I guess he can go here. I take the queen. And at least it's not checkmate, but I got his queen. Okay? So black probably wants to take the knight. And I could do almost anything here. I don't know. The book doesn't actually give the total solution if white does what he just did, but I could probably I don't know. I think maybe I'll go here. Okay. If black tries to escape this way or even this way, I'm going to take the pawn and pretty soon it's going to be checkmate. If black goes back here, I don't know, maybe I'll go here, and then black is forced to go here, and I go here. So the game goes on a little bit, but black is lost. Black is definitely lost. I mean, even if he went here, it's no good. I'm gonna take it with the queen or the rook. You know, I'm just gobbling up pieces at this point. But the main thing is that we took the queen, didn't we? But if black does anything else except move the king there, it's checkmate right away. So that was puzzle number 1, and that was puzzle number 295 in the book. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to set up puzzle number 314 with the same idea, that there's a discovered attack of some kind, and black ends up resigning. Okay? And the 314 also has multiple solutions in the back of the book, so we'll go through them too. I'm pausing it now. Okay. Now, before I continue, I forgot to mention, obviously you noticed that when I did my introduction video, I used a larger board with the wooden pieces and the wood grain silicon chessboard. I came to the conclusion after trying different things, I couldn't get the camera low enough down to, to make it nice and close like you see it now, because the board was just too big. The smaller board, this is actually from the edge to the edge is actually 1 foot, 12 inches. So the squares are a little bit smaller than 1.5 inches. But the size of the board allows me to get, as you see it now, the whole thing in a frame without, as you saw in the introduction video, without the rest of the room being, like the hardwood floors and things like that. So I was trying to focus in on just the chess set. And of course, I said I wasn't going to use software to do it because the computer is being tasked as it is. So I didn't want to run any more software to do like I used to years ago. Okay, so this is puzzle number 314. And again, the theme is discovered attack, and black is going to resign. So I'll let you think about it for a few seconds. It's white to move. What is white's best move? And I'm going to open up the back of the book where the solutions are, because there's a few different things. If depends on what black does. There's different ways of just winning anyway. Are you ready? It's a bishop move. Okay, did you see that? Did you see the bishop move at all? Okay. You can pause the video, but I'm going to show you. It's bishop d5. Okay. What this does, of course, is it attacks the queen. Now, if you realize, black cannot take that bishop because the next move will be checkmate. Okay? With the rook. White takes the rook. So here's the solutions. Black resigned. White went here and black resigned. But if instead queen takes d5,